I'll blow this. I'm terrified. I'll freeze up and lose the deal. The night before an important meeting, my brain spirals. These thoughts slam into me, wrecking my confidence before I even get there. My stomach churns as I imagine blanking in front of the investor. Rest eludes me as my mind wanders to the darkest possibilities that could unfold. What if I feel cold? What if I lose track of what I wanted to express? What if they find my thoughts amusing and dismiss me entirely? In the shadows, the anxiety of falling short of their expectations lingers with me. It feels as though I'm standing at the precipice of a cliff, the wind swirling around me, and I'm acutely aware that a leap is necessary. One night, just before a crucial pitch to an important client investor, the weight of the stress felt almost unbearable. A moment when fear enveloped me, leaving me breathless. On the night of the important presentation, as the days turned into hours, the anticipation I had nurtured for weeks began to wane, leaving me feeling uncertain and less assured of myself. The bedroom was covered in darkness, with the soft glow of my phone illuminating my notes as I took a moment to reflect on them one final time. A wave of anxiety surged within me, each beat of my heart echoing the unease I felt. The sweat clung to my hands, and I could sense a tightness forming in my throat. I practiced my pitch in the mirror, but my voice cracked, and I froze, just like I feared. As I shut my eyes, a vivid scene unfolded before me. I stood before the investor, grappling with my words, losing track of crucial points, and watching their expressions shift from intrigue to disillusionment. The walls felt as though they were inching closer, and the room appeared to shrink around me. The room felt thick with tension. I could feel it in my gut. The sheets wrapped around me, making it impossible to find comfort and rest. By morning, I felt an overwhelming fatigue. My thoughts clouded, and my body weighed down by a sense of dread. The meeting room felt empty, with a cool, tranquil air enveloping the space. The investor sat across from me, their expression unreadable, leaving me to wonder about the thoughts swirling in their mind. I attempted to smile, but it felt fragile, as if it might shatter at any instant. As I began to speak, my voice trembled, my hands quivered, and I sensed the words eluding me. I forgot my main point, and the investor's eyes glazed over. By the end, they maintained a polite demeanor, yet there was a noticeable distance between us, their nods brief and lacking warmth. As they left the office, I found myself sinking back into my chair, a wave of emotions washing over me. The silence echoed with a heavy weight, whispering, "Dot. You made a big mistake. You blew it." The rest of the day was a blur. I was a wreck, second-guessing every word. I left the meeting replaying every stumble, convinced I'd lost the deal and my credibility. I let fear take over me and win, and it tanked me. As I powered down my computer that night, a sense of quiet resolve began to swell within me. I knew I couldn't allow this to happen anymore. Several months later, another significant pitch was on the horizon. The familiar anxiety began to creep in, yet this time, I chose not to let it consume me. Stepping outside into the cool evening air, I closed my eyes and inhaled deeply, allowing the moment to envelop me. I took a few deep breaths and visualized nailing the pitch. In that fleeting moment, time seemed to pause, and I whispered to myself, "I've been prepared for this. I believe this is within my capabilities." I envisioned the meeting in my office, picturing myself exuding confidence, clarity, and a genuine connection with the investor. I took the pitch and divided it into manageable sections, focusing on each one individually as I progressed. I jotted down my top 3 points on a sticky note. As I entered the meeting, I wasn't calm, but I felt a flicker of confidence. The room was filled with light, and an unmistakable energy lingered in the atmosphere. I laid out my pitch, step by step, voice steady, points clear. They leant forward, nodded, and posed questions that reflected their deep consideration. I provided them with thoughtful responses. By the end, they wore genuine smiles, filled with anticipation for the opportunity ahead. I leant back, reflecting on the moment after they shook my hand and departed. When I saw the investor nodding, my shoulders dropped in relief. I'd done it. I wasn't feeling tired. Instead, I was brimming with energy. It may not have been flawless, but it held a genuine essence. This time, I didn't let fear win. I leaned into it and came out stronger. The impact of this pitch was truly significant. For what felt like an eternity, I had been consumed by anxiety, yet I found myself wondering why it was so challenging to navigate through it. I felt a deep sense of fear about holding high expectations, worried that I needed to be perfect in order to meet the client's standards. It's understandable to feel that a single misstep could lead to losing everything in this business. The desire to impress, to succeed, and to excel can gradually erode your confidence, much like the relentless waves shaping the shore. There were nights when I lay awake, lost in thoughts about whether I would ever measure up. However, following that victory, my perspective shifted significantly. I embarked on this business journey not to shy away from risks, but to embrace them fully. Part of that courage lies in the belief that I have prepared myself well. Then I recalled something profound. Anxiety isn't inherently negative. It's a signal. My mind is working to protect me, yet it struggles to navigate the course. Fear is part of the game. Use it to sharpen your focus. I encountered the concept of mindfulness, specifically the practice of mindful breathing. It feels akin to discovering a serene refuge amidst the chaos, a means to maintain your equilibrium when the storms arise. My anxiety wasn't merely a challenge, it was an opportunity to embrace the moment. I realized fear isn't the enemy. It's a sign I'm pushing my limits. Like a storm clearing the air, it can focus me if I let it. I started this to face my fears, not hide from them. Trusting my preparation is a significant aspect of that courage. Practicing mindfulness allows me to bring my best self forward. I started this business to take risks, not to play it safe. Fear is just part of the ride. That moment changed how I see fear. In moments of anxiety, I take a pause. I take a moment to breathe in deeply a few times, savoring the sensation of the air filling my lungs, and then I gently release it. With each breath, I release the desire for perfection and the burden of every what if. I envision a future where I am successful, where I can see myself clearly, filled with confidence and a sense of connection. When fear hits, I breathe deep and visualize success. It works well for me. It's straightforward, useful, and truly effective. It helps me break free from the spiral and return to taking action. This change has truly made a significant impact. Initially, it was my team who noticed it. They witnessed my perseverance in the face of challenges, and that transformed our collaborative efforts. I worried about letting my team down, but I realized they're resilient too. I began to share my struggles, opening up about the small ways I navigate through them. They understood the importance of taking responsibility for their own problems and began to confront them directly rather than shying away. While we may not be flawless, we are making progress together as a community. The true triumph lies not only in finding my own balance, but also in guiding others along their journey. Anxiety remains present, yet I understand that it is not my adversary. Rather, it is a force that propels me forward. Fear is always there, but it's not the boss. I am